I have 8 faceless niches you need to start before 2027. Now, why before then? Because they're going viral right now, even for small creators, but when people discover it, it's already too late, as always. Even if you're a newbie, you never made a YouTube video, and they can all be done without going on a camera or showing your face. I mean, obviously that's what faceless means. So first up is gonna be Sime Media. Now, this small channel got over 30k views on their first video and 300k views on their second video, and 100% faceless. Now, what the heck, Lucas? How? It's all the niche. Let's break it down. So Sime basically takes the boring niche of personal finance, like how to make a budget or how to save money, but they make it extreme. Extreme scenarios. What if you literally can't pay it back? That is personal finance plus extreme debt. Or video number 2, what is the most you can legally pay for a car? That's going to be personal finance plus extreme spending. Crazy scenarios with memes, comedy, and humor. It's going to be funny and so a new twist to a niche that many consider pretty boring. Plus, personal finance has a high CPM and it's easy to get sponsors and overall just a good niche to be in. So well played, Sime Media. I'm gonna give this niche an 8 out of 10 and let's move on. Next up is gonna be Yellow Dude with over 1.5 million subs with only 115 videos. Now, the niche itself is gonna be calisthenics with, body weight training, simple things like push-ups, pull-ups, and advanced movements too. I've done a little bit of calisthenics and I'll tell you, this is a really good channel. It's not random and it's something we can take inspiration from and learn from. Now, the videos are only 5 to 10 minutes long, using visuals to explain the training stuff. Now, why does this channel work? Because Lucas, the fitness niche is so competitive, it's never gonna work. It's kinda true, I admit, but Yellow Dude is able to stand out for 2 main reasons. Why am I doing this? It looks funny. First, comedy. His videos are funny with memes and humor to stand out in another boring niche. Comedy is a big one. And second reason, and this is another big one, is he goes against the common belief. Look at this video, right? This is a perfect example of going against the system. It's called What Happens to Your Body When You Exercise for 6 a.m. for 30 days. So right, the common belief here is people think getting up early in the morning, training in the morning, that's success. It leads to good results, more muscle, better, life. Can we just agree on that? Most people think so, at least, in society. But his thumbnail actually shows the opposite. It says 6 a.m. zombie, meaning you become a zombie, a slow person. It's actually bad for you to train early, he says. So people in the fitness space, they look at this and they think, what the heck? Training early is actually a bad thing now? And they click it and they watch to find out why. And that is the power of understanding psychology and your niche on a much deeper level. Again, YouTube is not random, and that's why if you're starting a channel, the number one thing you can do is get help from people who've actually done it with years of experience, blah, blah, blah. I've run faceless channels for years and also researched thousands of faceless channels over these years in hundreds of niches. And if you want some help, check the link in the description. And that's the only time I'm gonna mention it in this video. No secret persuasion, and let's move on now. I'll give this channel a score of 7 out of 10. Now next up is gonna be Versatile, a new faceless channel with only 20 videos, but already 30k subscribers. Now this niche is about studying, and you might think, oh Lucas, that niche sucks. Study tips on YouTube is so saturated, that's never gonna work. Then how do you explain this? There are currently 1.7 billion students around the globe, and every day new students spawn on this planet. Spawn, I mean, born. Can you tell I'm a gamer? It's a never-ending cycle, and this channel has found a unique spot in the massive study niche. Now, instead of telling you to grind or work harder, that most people, that's what most people do, they use psychology. Their most popular video is called This Dopamine Trick Will Make You Addicted to Studying. Another one, Harvard students don't study harder, they do this instead and get addicted to studying easily. This channel doesn't focus on motivation or hard work or discipline. They focus on psychological hacks to get addicted to studying. And that's why they get views. People are seriously tired of, open your textbook for 10 hours and just work hard and grind. That's old advice, nobody gives a shit. But this channel brings a fresh perspective in that niche, and that's how they win in a competitive but still highly in demand niche. 6.5 out of 10. And now I lowered the score for one reason, and it's because I don't like this niche too much because students usually don't have money, so it's harder to sell stuff and build a business and actually monetize it unless you're getting a lot of views, which again, this channel is, so that's fine. Next up is going to be Bliss with over 30k subs and only 60 videos. But if you look at this Faceless channel, you're gonna think, Lucas, no way. How could this be possible? There's no script, there's no editing, there's no talking, and every video pretty much looks the same. So how is he getting so many views? Well, here's the secret. Today in our society, people are more stressed than ever before. We spend more and more time on our screens instead of outside in nature, and this channel is about slowing things down. It's long, unedited, ambient sounds with a beautiful sunset from driving a car on a road late at night. And it helps you relax and rest, and that's it. Now, he literally has one of these videos with over 2 million views, and the videos are like 3 hours long, so YouTube runs more ads, which means the CPM is high for this channel. But Lucas, how is he able to stand out in the niche if it's so easy to make the content, right? Isn't it saturated? Well, kind of, but there are 2 reasons why. Bliss literally only does one thing. He found a format that works, he tested, and then he found it, and now he sticks to it. Viewers come back every week, building a loyal audience that knows what to expect from his channel. And number 2, he got all the small details right, meaning the quality is actually better than other channels. I've researched a lot of channels in this niche over the years, and I can see a quality difference here and why it works. And so with the help of YouTube tools, you can also reach that level yourself if you know what to do. And I'll give this niche a 5 out of 10, lowering the score because it's not the best for monetization, but pretty easy to run. Moving on to Iron Within. Now, motivational channels are kind of dead. Putting together a few clips, slapping on a voiceover, work hard, hustle, who's gonna carry the boats? But this channel has made it work by finding a sub-niche in that space. Mixing speeches from famous people like David Goggins and Alex Hormozi, but very harsh and very serious, focused on telling the brutal truth. It's not going to be that positive motivation, feel good. It's more brutal motivation, which works for some people, I guess. And it gets views because people see the titles like, "You can't live like this forever," and they click. And all the videos are black and white and a very grim overall theme. So how do you monetize this niche if you're a Faceless channel? Well, the 2 things I recommend first is either a paid community or an affiliate for other famous motivational people. There are many people selling their programs. And then later you can do all sorts of other stuff. But just start with the basics and focus on creating content, keeping it simple. Really, a YouTube business doesn't have to be that complicated. 6 out of 10. Now moving on to economics. A lot of Faceless channels actually struggle to get views, not because the videos are bad, but because of lack of credibility. Think about it. Why would somebody trust your Faceless channel if you don't even show your face? Well, there are things you can do to fix it. And so one of these is going to be to rely on data, on numbers, on facts, on research. And suddenly, if you do that and you show it in your videos, people respect and trust what you have to say much more. It's not just a random script that people nowadays just spam out with AI. And this channel, Wealth Logic, does exactly that. They do personal finance, combining it with data, research, and real facts, and not just opinions or random scripts. With simple animations, and yes, by the way, these are, there are tools to create these. And that is why this video on the channel got 800k views in less than a month, which is absolutely insane. Especially in the finance niche, which is some of the highest CPMs out there, meaning 1 million views here is gonna pay a lot more than other niches. Let's just make that clear. Now you might say, Lucas, okay, but they've been around for a decade or, posting videos for a long time. No, it's a new channel. It's literally 3 months old and it got 800k views. And that is the power of YouTube. In 3 months, this guy went from nothing to a fully up and running YouTube channel getting views by taking action and starting. So I'll give this niche an 8.5 out of 10 score. Definitely one of my favorites. Now next up is gonna be Alistair. 200k subs from only 25 videos in the psychology niche. Now, basically how this works is they mix psychology, celebrities, and pop culture all together. Slam it together and just mix it. You can see a video about Steve Jobs, a video about the Olympian, I forgot the name, and the videos work for 3 main reasons, right? It's gonna be 1, an interesting topic, the risk of a safe life, the fear of enjoying your life, all connected to psychology. Number 2, they're using celebrities as a kind of clickbait, not really, but just to draw people in. And number 3, and this is the big one, they're using storytelling. Every video on the channel follows classic storytelling techniques, which is great, meaning that you can learn these techniques and actually apply the same stuff to your scripts. Again, YouTube is not random. Not the best niche for CPM or monetization, but I mean, if you're getting millions of views like these guys, it's not going to be a problem. It's going to be fine. 7 out of 10. Okay, next is going to be Skyway. I know I'm butchering that name, I know, but over 1 million subs with only 21 videos. And it's a super inactive dead channel, which is a good thing for us. If they posted every single week, I mean, it would be a literal goldmine, and somebody could start a channel like that and post every week and do exactly that. Now, they create animated stories, completely faceless, which obviously takes hard work to create a video like this, but today we also have more tools, techniques, and resources than ever before, so it's really the easiest it's ever been. And if you look at the numbers of views they get, it's definitely worth it. So I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 score. But wait a second, I have more faceless niches you need to try, but you have to click here. That's kind of how YouTube works, so click there and I'll see you in that video. Bye.